guys, it's Tuesday morning. The Lovin Dubai show spoke about the new labour law and what it means for minors working in the UAE. We spoke about the price of flights are already surging for National Holiday Weekend, and the fake viral chocolates in the US, do they live up to the hype?
Well, and if you have tried the chocolate, let us know. And as well, don't forget to subscribe to the Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcast from, and enjoy the show.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Good morning to everyone on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and hopefully in podcast format. Our top story for you today: the UAE issued a new labour law.
As well, flight prices are surging during the national holiday.
US chocolatiers are selling fake viral chocolates.
As well, Priti Malik's no purchase August to the no spend challenge. We are here for it.
And do stay tuned, because later in the show, it's Visa Talks, the A to Z of business setup in Dubai, with Decisive Zone back in studio.
It is 311 days since the genocide began in Gaza on October 7. The current death toll stands at 39,897. The number of injured people is 92,152, and 1.9 million people have been displaced from their homes.
In today's rapid weather report, it's 42 degrees and cloudy, so stay hydrated, wear your sunscreen, and if you have moved this summer, we feel your pain. This is a little bit of a random note that Farah and I coincidentally moved
to the same building
on the same weekend.
Literally, what are
congratulations.
Congratulations to you too, Casey.
Thank
How's
you.
moving?
Oh my gosh.
How's moving? It must be chaos. I understand it. It must be chaos. How is it?
I moved from a 2-bed to a 1-bed.
Okay.
And the move day itself was absolute chaos, because you're putting everything into one, and the move guys were just like, where does this go, where does this go? And I literally just stood surrounded by a pile of boxes being like, I don't know. However, more minimal life. It actually, now that I've unpacked everything, it's better. What about you?
Honestly, I have a lot of junk, and I have this like weird attachment to my stuff. So when I was like back at my old house, I would look at things as I was like packing, and I'd be like, no, I don't want to throw this. But my mom would be like, you have to. I'm like, yeah, okay, but I don't want to throw it. And she's like, but you don't wear it anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fine, and I would throw it. Of course, moving is kind of like emotional to me. I go like, I don't want to throw stuff, but I want to have to throw stuff. But since we're moving, of course, actually, I wanted to do one thing. I wanted to, like, when you moved, I was like, I had like a box of plum that I got from the grocery store, and I wanted to go to you and give them to you.
Yeah.
I still haven't. They're still in my fridge.
You have bought them?
And I bought them.
I would say drop them
Literally.
down, but I'm getting on a flight tonight. So
Oh, God.
drop them down to Dale, who'd love a plum.
I have to, I swear. And I was like, you know what? Should I go? Should I not go? And then I'm like, you know what? She's probably too busy.
I'm kind of glad you didn't come on Saturday, Sunday, because you would have seen me just literally surrounded by boxes being like, I don't know what I'm doing. But now it's a peaceful haven.
So I can go down. So yeah, I moved, you moved. We're in the same building. What a coincidence. It's amazing.
And we discussed
Gifts.
gifts.
Our favorite thing.
So we both got each other gifts for moving in, and knowing your hobbies and your interests, I really hope that you like what I got you.
Okay.
And I think it's because, you know, you've left your family home, you're into your new era of Farah doing Farah, go out, pursue your passions, get some fresh air. And with that being said,
No way!
I got you a gift.
Oh my God, that is so sweet. Wait, I actually would want to open it.
What did you get me?
Where's my gift? My gift should be on the way.
It is on the way. It's coming?
It is coming.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It is coming.
big? Did you put a lot of thought into it?
Yeah, of course I did.
This is Farah's gift to me.
Yes, see, that's your gift to you. That's my gift to you.
This is Lovin merch.
Yeah, because we work at Lovin. So I thought, you know what, you'll never forget me because you and I work at Lovin.
This is literally a water bottle and the keychain that we get. It's Lovin
But
to buy.
it's going to be it will come in handy. You're going to go to the gym and you're going to use it. right? You can use the water bottle. And then when you are cold, you can wear your hoodie that you wore the other day on a Friday. And as well, you can wear this Lovin shirt for at home. If you want to go for a walk. Go to
I know you get this stuff for free.
I know, but like, what can I do? They're good. They're nice stuff.
I love it. It's super soft.
So
it's like my
nice.
favorite T-shirt, but I've got one.
Yeah, but you need
soft.
more. Two shirts.
You're right.
Is never wrong. Having two shirts. What if that one?
I'm gonna give one to Dale. Have you even gotten? Oh, cute!
See, there's a black one. Yeah, see, there's a black one. It's so cute. And you can actually let Dale wear it, so he can be like, you know what? Yeah, my fiance wears that.
Oh, cute! I don't have a car right now, but I think
it's very cute.
Okay.
You never forget me.
Okay, thanks for the thought and effort of getting Massa to go to the gift box, the merch store.
But you will never, Ooh.
Do you like your gift? Yeah.
They're boots. Oh my God, they are boots.
They're riding boots. They're horse riding specialized
Well, you guys,
boots.
actually.
The box is a bit crumpled, but they've never been worn.
All right, let's see it.
You open it from the side, yeah.
Oh my God, they're so cute. You guys, they are actual like riding boots.
They're like serious riding boots. Yeah, that's what they are.
So, I think when are we gonna go horse riding? It's so nice.
I hope you go out and go horse riding though, because it's always been on your
on my list. Exactly. So what I'm gonna be doing right now is maybe that is a sign that I should pursue horse riding. And I hope you like your gift too, and remember me forever.
I do love these water bottles. It's just that I've got one. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but
I appreciate
not one
you.
from me.
Thank you, Massa, for getting my merch gift for you. Thank you, Farah, for that effort. It's really appreciated.
Thank you. It's a lot of effort. Yeah, you guys, I really had to think. I really had to think a lot.
I'm just running through the comments. There's a couple of people saying, why throw if you could donate? I actually donated everything that could be donated out of my apartment.
Oh, yes.
Nothing was thrown. Okay, it's Tuesday morning, and you've got a new pair of riding boots. What a way to start the day.
I mean, I
Off
know.
we go for a big ride now.
I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, Casey, that is the nicest gift I've ever gotten. But I just wanted you to remember me through Lovin. That's all. And they're cute, they're nice, they're comfortable.
I'm never going to take it off, you're right. And I didn't even know we had a black one. So.
Oh, yeah. No, the red one is for you. The black one is for Dale, and then it's going to be perfect.
He's going to love that. He loves the freebie. Okay, so we're going to jump into our top story. This broke yesterday, and the biggie here is the fines that are being imposed because of this new law.
Well, the UAE issued a new labor law. So the UAE government issued a federal decree law on the regulation of employment. Relationships with fines ranging from 100,000 dirhams to 1 million dirhams.
So these fines will be levied on employers who engage in the following acts. If you're employing workers without permits, hiring individuals without the necessary work permits, or bringing in workers without providing them with a job would incur penalties. Also, a biggie here, business closure without settling workers' salaries and rights. So employers who close their businesses without ensuring that all workers' rights are settled, they will also face fines.
As well, you guys, circulating labor market regulations engaging in any act of the circumstances, the established labor law, including fictitious employment practices, will attract significant penalties. Employing minors, hiring minors in violation of labor laws is strictly prohibited and will result in fines, which of course includes actions related to fake Emiratization, where employers falsely claim to have Emirati employees to meet regulatory requirements, as this decree underscores the UAE's commitment to maintaining a fair and regulated labor market.
So there you have it. They're getting stricter. The fines between 100k and $1 million. Worth noting there. We kind of spoke a little bit before the show about what it means to employ a minor. So minors in the UAE are under 18 years old. However, there is regulations in place where 15 to 18-year-olds can work. However, it's under specific conditions, and there's specific juvenile work permits that you must get. So students over the age of 15 can work and get trained in establishments, but there must be specific conditions in place. So this is all about regulation, really.
Of course, and so if you guys think that you cannot have the summer job, you for sure can, but just like make sure that it's all in line with the law to avoid any fines that are going to be happening.
Did you have a summer job when you were a teenager?
Yeah, I actually did.
Cool. What was it?
I used to. It was not like very, I would say, deep, but I would. What I would do, it was like, I would maybe apply for. I used to like do commercials and modeling and things like that.
Wow.
Yeah, which got me in like, it's funny because like looking at the videos now, I sounded different. I looked different. I looked like a baby.
See them. Oh my God, you must have been so cool in school if you're doing modeling on the side.
Literally, I would be like, oh yeah, I can't come to school today. I have a shoot. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm in the presence of like.
I mean, honestly,
I worked in a chipper.
Oh
so.
yeah.
So there's the difference there.
Did you work in Ireland as
chipper? Well, I did a couple of things. So I took money from people going into a car park because now you put it into a machine. I was the machine.
Okay.
And then I worked in a sweet shop for a couple of summers by the beach. So you would send like your buckets and shovels, but by the beach in Ireland is different to here.
Yeah.
So there'd be like 3 hot days in the summer where the tiny sweet shop was absolutely jam-packed with people. Everyone wanted these ice cream cones, everyone getting their fish and chips. And then the rest of the summer was so quiet and you'd be like sweeping up this store. But it was so great memories. So every summer that's what I did while I was like 13 to 17.
It really is cute. I mean, summer jobs, I remember till this day that when we're younger, it's like you're having fun, you're enjoying, there is no responsibility as you would when you get older, so it's fun. But of course, all under the law to not pay 1 million dirhams. And if you would, of course, would want to pay 1 million dirhams.
Yeah, it's good to see these regulations, not like back in the day. Interesting, we're going to jump into something coming up that you should be aware of.
Well, if you guys are traveling, be aware of this because flight prices are surging during the national holiday. The upcoming national holiday in the UAE is prompting a surge in flight prices, particularly to popular visa-free destinations. As residents prepare for their getaways from November 30 to December 3 or even maybe later, travel experts report that airfares have increased significantly due to heightened demand and limited availability.
Who is this organised? Please tell me. Travellers who are looking to visit countries such as Georgia, Azerbaijan, Thailand, Armenia and the Maldives are facing price hikes. So several factors contribute to this will contribute to a surge in flight prices, such as high demand, limited seat availability, and the fact that they're visa-free travel countries mean that there's more interest in these countries.
Well, I'm going to give you guys just a small breakdown of the current and expected flight prices for various destinations. So let's say fly Dubai, right? And let's say you're going to go to Tbilisi. Fly Dubai, actually, from December 1 to December 4, it is 2,048 dirhams. But back then, from November 10 to November 14th, it's 1,450. Have you seen like the difference?
So it's like 1,000 increase.
Literally.
And that's now. It's like how many months out? 4
literally,
months
it's
out?
like, it's not even...
Yeah, 4 months out.
Like, it's 1,450 from November 10 to November 14th.
Right.
And the moment it hits December 1, it's gotten more expensive. And of course, this applies to all of the visa-free countries because for me, as someone from the Syrian nationality, with a Syrian passport holder, when I'm traveling with my friends, we often look for countries that are visa-free.
Of course.
Because it's easier for us and it's hassle-free as well, right?
Of course.
So, yeah, if you guys want to travel, you guys can book your tickets earlier because the UAE residents are actually encouraged to plan and book their travel well in advance to avoid the steep price increasing during this peak travel period.
I cannot believe people are this organised. Is it the airlines being super organised, understanding that there will be an increase in demand and therefore putting surge pricing in place now? Or is it that a lot of people have already booked that break because it's actually one of the, we know we're going to have 4 days around that time. So everyone's planning their vacation accordingly. I'm surprised only because we know that there's a massive travel period in the summer. We know kids and families, they all leave the country. And then you've got the kind of winter holidays, the December break as well. So it's surprising to see that there's already a surge on that national holiday weekend. Usually I thought that families would travel in the summer and then travel in the middle of the winter rather than first weekend. But I guess people are just living their best lives.
That is true. And by the way, this is all very smart because this is what they do, right? That when they see someone needs something, they just increase the pricing, and now that other person's they have no other option but to book their flights
or stay home, save you money.
Yeah. I don't think that's an option for people. If it was me and I have a lot of anxiety when I would want to travel. I am not the kind of person who would book before in advance until all of my friends have booked their leaves from work, and then once they have all booked their leaves from work,
you have to flip the lid on that one. You get your leave 6 months in advance, you book your trip, and you travel, and then you'll be the leader and your friends will follow.
Exactly. I think I'm going to do that from now on.
There you go. Speaking of being the leader and your friends will follow, US chocolatiers are selling fake viral chocolates. So they're selling the fake Dubai viral chocolates. First of all, if you're watching on the show, please tell us, have you tried the fixed chocolates? Is it worth the hype? Have you tried them? I
haven't, and I really want to. But I have gotten mixed reaction from different people around me who have tried them. Some people go oh wow, it's amazing. Oh my God, it's the best thing ever.
Right.
And my other friend was it's basic. And I'm what do you mean basic? It's
basic.
All over. She didn't like it. And I was what do you mean you didn't like it?
I think though, when you get something that has had this mass attention, CNN has covered this. There's literally stories in the States, which we're about to talk about, selling fake viral chocolates, that it's got so much hype, it's hard to live up to the expectation. I actually tried this chocolate.
What do you think?
I don't know. Well, I tried it before it was a hype, as in it was someone happened to have it. My sister-in-law Hams, she had it. Maybe it was around May or something. And we just tried this chocolate and we were whoa, what is this? To the point that my mum had the bar and she was I'll give it to you and Dale. And we're great. And then Rich,
tried it.
Mr. Healthy tried it and finished the bar. Yes, so we didn't get any more. So we had 2 bites and we were that was so good. What is that? Where can we get it? And Rich that is not like him. That is not like him.
Exactly. He never has anything sugar or
he finished the whole thing he had. So is it worth the hype? I believe so. And so do chocolatiers in the US. So in Michigan, in New York, in Texas, and Massachusetts, states around the US, they are recreating what they think is the viral Dubai chocolate bars, but are they as good?
Well, the chocolate sells from $18 to $20 in the States, which is around 66 dirhams to 75 dirhams in retail for approximately the same price at Fixed Dessert Chocolatier in Dubai. We actually have a writer in the States, Nida. She tried the chocolate and she gave us her verdict.
So this is her verdict on the fake chocolate, and she did not hold back. She put it bluntly, saying she was disappointed. She said the kanafa wasn't really like the one in the Dubai bar, and it was too expensive. Plus, it's not even directly from Dubai, which sort of kills the whole vibe of trying the viral Dubai chocolate. So basically, there's places saying, it's the Dubai chocolate, but it's not. It's a chocolatier doing what they do. However, it's not the fixed chocolate that you're getting, and you're paying a pricely sum for a chocolate bar. Although I just want to eat it. I just want to try it.
I never tried it, and I really want to try it, but because I know for a fact, I fear the fact that if I will get this bar, I will finish it all on my own, and I'm gonna feel so bad, and I'm gonna feel horrible. I know that I can finish this all on my own. However, do you, by the way, know that the chocolate was made because a pregnant woman just craved it. It was a pregnancy craving, and then she created it. And there is an ingredient that people are missing, probably, which is it's not only the knafe and the pistachio. There's tahini as well that's added in the mixture.
Keep talking.
With chocolate that's melted, and then the filling, and then another layer of chocolate, and then you can die of how amazing it is. I never tried it. I really want to try it. What we can do, why don't we get one? of course, I'm saying that because I would want to try it.
Why don't we just get one and we try it?
Get one, we try it, and we share it with the whole office. So in that way, we can only have like a small bite of it.
Dream big.
Hi guys, whoever wants to try the Dubai fixed chocolate, let's order one.
Let's order it. It has to be between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. I think on Deliveroo app, but let's try it. And before we jump into our next story, a quick shout out for the Lovin Dubai newsletter because it has got a major refresh. So if you want to shun social media, delete your Facebook, delete your WhatsApp, delete your Instagram, but you still want your daily dose of news fresh to your inbox every day, you can subscribe to the Lovin Dubai newsletter now.
Well, of course, you will find the sign up link. It's our link or in bio on Instagram.
And it's absolutely free, as is Priti Malik's No Purchase August. This is a no spend challenge that we are here for. So Virgin Radio's Priti Malik is kicking off a No Purchase August challenge. And we have to say we're here for it. She admits that she's an emotional shopper, like the best of us. She shops when she's happy, she shops when she's sad, she shops when she travels. But and even though she says most of the clothes are unnecessary, what she's doing now is she's re-wearing them from her closet every day without repeating an outfit.
Well, jeans get a free pass, but tops and dresses, no way. So Priti started sharing her outfit of the day every day, and we are absolutely loving this kind of influencer content.
Yes.
However, I like the fact that she actually has this like challenge of like no purchase August. Because,
right, so
like,
no new clothes for the whole month.
No new clothes at all, because like you can mix and match between different pieces. You know what? Like you can I can wear the shirt with like a different pair of jeans, the jeans with a different pair of shirts, and things like that. However, I have a theory that I all the time do. What I like to do is get a set of like a shirt and pants. And I can mix the pants with something else and mix the shirt with something else. And then like, ta-da, I have 3 new outfits. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah. Like it's like that's what I like to do. Like I prefer getting sets.
Right, but
so I can
but like sets or no sets. It's it's understanding that we buy a lot of clothes and that we have closets that are full. So it's saying, okay, so I'm actually not going to buy new clothes for a whole month.
I love the challenge for her. If you guys are actually an emotional shopper, because like, you know, just like how there's like emotional shopping, there's emotional eating, which I do a lot, by the way. So if I spend my money, it's when I am spending money on food outside. I emotionally eat outside. So if I would do the challenge, which is very amazing, I would do like no emotionally eating outside.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think it's a very good challenge. I think honestly, because if you are not that smart financially, it would maybe cause you to start thinking 10 times before purchasing something.
Right, but maybe it's not even on the financial front. I don't like to generalize about our wide, varied audience, but I do think we tend to be a nation of consumers. The sales happen and we run towards the malls. Like if you've seen the queues at the malls, you cannot deny we love to shop. We love a deal, we love a sale. However, if you actually look, like, I don't know about your wardrobes, but it's only because I've just moved that I'm like taking a step back. And I looked at having the amount of stuff I have in it, and I found so many stuff that I barely wear. And I was like, oh, these are new. Like this, I had these. I've worn them like once or twice recently, but I had these. They were a sister-in-law gift, and I had them for months, and I never wore them because I just forgot about them.
Yeah.
We have so much, and we don't need to shop as much as I think that we do.
That is true. I agree with you. However, you know, as you said, you know, you're probably emotionally shopping. And for me, when I'm shopping, I do agree with you, like I don't shop a lot. However, when I go like, let's say like, I go like, fine, you know what, this month I don't want to be shopping a lot. I want to be I want to save up, but I'm at the mall and there's this amazing top or dress that I'm like, wow, this is a new dress, this is a new top, I really want to try this. The moment I don't buy it and I go back home, it's stuck in my brain for minimum a week, and I will all the time end up buying it.
Okay, well, this is a challenge that you could possibly kick that habit, maybe if your purpose was strong enough. I feel like if we have a purpose for something, then we're more likely to actually fulfill it. So if you actually cared about not doing the challenge, you might actually be able to kick that habit. But if you didn't care, why would you?
I mean, I'm smart financially.
smart financially.
I'm smart financially, but maybe like sometimes like these instances happen every now and then. Like if I see something really cute, I'm like, oh, I'm never gonna find this ever again in my entire life. But yeah,
it's just it may not even be a financial thing. It's just about a understanding that there's a lot of clothes there.
Yeah.
Speaking of being smart, speaking of being smart financially, next up we've got the guys from Decisive Zone talking all things the A to Z of business setup in the UAE. We're super excited to welcome on the show, so please stay tuned. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Are you thinking about starting a business? The UAE might just be the perfect place for you with an incredible location, strong support for businesses and lots of opportunities. Entrepreneurs here can thrive. Today's guests, Mr. Golden Visa himself and Mr. Sahel from Decisive Zone are back again to discuss business setup in the UAE. Welcome guys to the show. So excited to have you back.
Thanks for having us again.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's jump into something. Why should people set up a business in the UAE?
Do you want to start off with this or should I?
Go for it.
Okay, I mean, see, there's again, like we've been discussing, Dubai has become the land of opportunity, right? You do see a swift movement between, so it's become the hub of business on the eastern side of the world, where all of the business that was initially going through from the west to the east, it has to stop off in Dubai now. So Dubai becoming a hub and attracting investors for that reason it's a land of opportunity. There used to be the American dream, it's still hopefully alive. Now we have a Dubai dream. That's booming right now.
Well, Dubai also does definitely offer the ease of doing business. And not only connecting east and west, more than that, the living in Dubai, how safe it is. And still, it is one of the lowest tax country in the world. It's only 9%. Now, that's one of the reasons, if you look at business side of things, why maximum number of millionaires are moving to Dubai. The data just came out yesterday again, India and China, 6,300 plus millionaires are moving to UAE this year, in 2024 itself. That means Dubai has something massive to offer why these business people are moving. So definitely.
And so interesting. And what is the UAE doing to make it easier to set up businesses, for example, for people who are looking from abroad to come here?
Well, one of the massive change I've seen over the last 6 years, I would say, is digitalization of every way possible. Starting from setting up business to getting your labor card to doing your visas, they are trying to digitalize everything so that the process becomes faster. Now, that's one of the reasons that UAE has grown so quickly. I mean, I remember I gave the data, I think UAE issued, only the mainland of UAE issued 21,000 approximate new business set up in the first quarter, in the first half of this year. That itself is a massive number of licenses.
And would you say the UAE is a pro-business environment? And if so, how?
Of course, I mean, it is a pro-business environment, right? Like, if you take, for example, JAFZA as a free zone is become in terms of trade volumes, has become the most busiest port in the world in terms of containers and, goods that are flowing in and out of the country, right? So that being one of the main factors to facilitate trade, it has become one of those places where trade is actively happening. Trade is happening at a large volume. So if you want a piece of that pie, you have to be at the right place, and now is the right time to be here. You know what I mean? Because the government's making it so easy to be here. It's a simple, straightforward process. There's not too much confusion. So that's literally it.
And you touched on free zones there. Would you mind briefly describing what a free zone is for someone I arrived in Dubai today. You're talking about JAFZA free zones. What are they?
So there's about 52 free zones in the UAE. Each free zone has its own specific sort of dedicated business activities that they tend to focus and cater more for. For example, DMCC is more looking at precious metals, precious stones, etc. because the diamond exchange of the UAE is based out of the DMCC, right? So anyone looking to trade in that sort of a product would preferably want to be there because that is the sort of hub for that sort of a product. When we're looking at trade businesses, people who are doing logistics, etc., they're looking at being focused and set up in JAFZA, for example, because that's the largest port available in the UAE. I mean, obviously there are ports in Sharjah and Ajman and all that, but like that is the right. That's the place to be. right? So if you're in logistics, that's where your target is. You're looking at trading, you need to be, based out of different free zones. So that's essentially what the free zones are made for.
And what about free zones in different Emirates? What is the benefits of setting up in Dubai? I know you mentioned kind of location-based, but other than that, are there benefits to setting up versus it might be slightly cheaper in Ajman or Sharjah?
Apart from just the cost, it is a case because some people want access to that market, right? So if you do want to have access to trade in, let's say, Northern Emirates, you would probably look at an Ajman or a RAK, because some facilities in RAK as a free zone, they would be a bit less expensive. I wouldn't say cheap because that's obviously not the right term, but they would be less expensive compared to something in Dubai, because then you would have to factor in costs of transport, you would have to factor in costs of delivering a product and having access to that market. So if you need access to a northern market in the UAE, it makes more sense for you to be based out of those regions rather than being based in Dubai.
But if you ever live the Dubai dream, then definitely you must set up in Dubai, and that's what I'm the biggest fan of. If you are here in this region, we all grew up seeing how Dubai has developed, and we always had this kind of dream, and that's why I personally recommend people, when they're moving here, instead of just looking at the small difference in the cost, should focus on, if they have a market in Dubai, they should set up in Dubai. It also gives you the easy access to rent a house, which is a massive thing, because your residence visa, if it is in another emirate, you can only rent in certain emirates. But having a residence visa in Dubai, you can rent a house in Dubai. Your car number plate as well will be out of Dubai, not in any other emirates.
Interesting. So you've sold me on Dubai, for example, and now I want to set up my business. Talk to me about the different industries. What are the steps to someone, again, who's just arrived in the country today? Maybe they have their Emirates ID. How do they go about it?
Well, let's kind of consider a scenario when the person has just arrived first time on a tourist visa. So the person has never been here, first time on a tourist visa, and sees an opportunity to set up a business. First thing first, they need guidance on where they must set up, which jurisdiction. Should they set up a business in the mainland or a free zone? This is the first thing we always try to figure out, whether it's a mainland business or it's a free zone business. Then the second and most important thing is, what is the activity or what is the business idea the person has got? Based on, let's say, somebody has got an idea to bringing in flowers from different part of the world and setting up a flower shop here. Then what kind of license do they need? Now we dig deep even more, asking many questions to understand whether he just want to bring in the flowers and give it to the distributors, or he wants to bring in the flowers and set up his own shop. Based on this, we decide whether he can be in free zone or mainland. Then we already identify, okay, this person is going to distribute flowers. So we find the right activity based on his business. Then a massive challenge people face is to name their business. People actually, if you think about this, people do overthink things, wherein in my experience of last 15 years in business is, you start with something that you really believe in and just start with a name. You can always upgrade or change your brand, or you can modify things. But naming a business is one of the major challenges we have seen in our clients. Once you have these things set, then we help you with all the documentation which is very basic. If it is your first time, all you need is your passport and you need a proper picture. With that and the forms that we help you fill up, we can get you the trade license. Then the next step comes to banking and corporate tax. Go on, Sai.
So now that you've got your trade license sorted, your documentation is done, right? Obviously, the next step would be getting your visas, getting your establishment card, Emirates ID, etc. So post getting your Emirates ID, that's where the real fun stuff starts, because that's where you have to be tax registered. That's where you go and try to open your bank account, because your Emirates ID essentially is the key to the whole thing. Right, so you could get your trade license, even let's say the scenario you mentioned, where someone already has an Emirates ID. A business license would be the sort of easiest part of the whole process. But then the second you have your Emirates ID, or if you have it prior to even applying for the license, that's what unlocks a lot of different avenues of getting things done. So like that's one of the main requirements for getting a tax registration, one of the main requirements for getting a bank account, and then so on and so forth. And then post that is just a case of any kind of, digital help that you may require to run your business or accounting, that sort of thing, that's where all of that comes into play as well.
I must say Decisive Zone is a one-stop shop. We help you, we hold your hand throughout the journey of your business. We have got all different aspects of business in-house. We can even guide you through the marketing services to where you must be, where you should do your PR, media, how you can establish yourself in social media. We have got all of this covered in-house, especially having experienced all of this in the last 5 years.
So interesting, considering we're a hub of entrepreneurs. You've seen all of the businesses start in the UAE, which is just wild, the inception, and you said you work across the marketing as well.
Yes.
So you have people coming to you with a dream and they have a passion and maybe they have the money, but where would you say, in your opinion, would be maybe the biggest mistake entrepreneurs are making in Dubai when they're trying to set up a business?
I would honestly speaking, based on my experience, it's a case of not knowing what you want to do, because a lot of times entrepreneurs are saying that, okay, I want to set up a drop shipping business, or I want to set up a trading platform, or whatever they want to do, that's fine. But then when you ask them the details of their own business, and if you ask them to explain their business, let's say you tell them to do an elevator pitch, you have 10 seconds, explain your business, tell me what you do, right? That is where they fumble the most, because the vision in their head is, oh, I want to go to Dubai, I want to be a big entrepreneur, I want to have a startup, the whole flashbacks of Steve Jobs come into their head. But then when they actually want to talk about it, then they're like, and they're stumbling on their own idea. You know what I mean? So like that is, based on my experience, that is the first thing that I always notice. And if you don't have a clarity on your own idea, I think you need to like step back, just take a second, re-evaluate the whole entire plan, and then come back when you're guaranteed and sure of it. Because that makes life easier for you and for us as well.
As a CEO, I've got a little bit different experience, which I think I can share here. Wherein we always overthink things on how we want it, and we are our own critic. So we want everything to be perfect before we go out and able to sell our product, whichever product it may be. But when we overthink things, we may hold on to perfection or make the product really perfect, which may take years. But instead, something I've learned, if you have got a product, any product it is, as long as it is usable and solves a problem for somebody, you go out and you sell. As once you start bringing in the revenue in, you can always upgrade and make your product better and better. You can always improve your products. And we have seen this in our experience, whether it's Apple or any other massive company around the world. Now that, I would say, if you have got an idea, you definitely take some professional help to make your product as perfect as possible, but go out and try to sell the product.
I love those insights so much. So define what you're doing and then just go for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting you touched on, people, they want the Dubai dream. However, we get a lot of people asking, is there restrictions on foreign ownership? Over the years, I think there used to be question marks over what you can and can't do in the UAE. Does that still apply?
No, there's no restrictions as such for most activities. There are still a few where you are required to have a local presence. Something like a law firm, for example, if you want to open a law firm in the mainland and service local clients, then you need to have a local individual on board who is a lawyer, who has the experience, and that's the only way you can get one of those licenses. Something like an auditing firm, also based again in the mainland. In the free zone, you can probably get it done, but an auditing firm, you have to have a local presence as well.
Who's a local auditor to be approved, to get approved from the Dubai court. But there are very, very limited activities that requires a local presence. 98 to 99% of the activities do not require any local presence anymore.
It's so interesting if anyone's watching abroad to make note of that. We've discussed the tax benefits, of course, we always do. How could we not? We're very blessed. But there are other benefits to setting up a business in the... There's no taxes. There are other benefits to setting up businesses in the UAE. What might they be?
There's cultural benefits. There's obviously, money is and does play a massive role in business. There's a cultural benefit because if, let's say, you're setting up a business in Silicon Valley, for example, right? You go up and that's known to be a place where every entrepreneur, every person with a startup dream wants to be based out of Silicon Valley, right? Especially if you're in tech, then it's a double, you really want to go there. let's compare Silicon Valley to being based in the UAE. If you're setting up your company based out of Silicon Valley, you have only so much expansion in terms of cultural identity that you can probably mold your business to identify with. But if you're based in Dubai, the team that you're going to have on board, the interactions that you will have on a day-to-day base, that will allow you to mold your business for, regardless of where you're going to expand. You could have an expansion prospect based out of China. You could have it based out of Europe. You could have it based out of Africa, and even just in the GCC region itself. So you having that access to the cultural side of things makes it super easy for your expansion prospect. If you're being based out of the Silicon Valley, you're kind of limited to what they have to offer. You know what I mean? So like that plays a massive role, apart from obviously the tax benefits, etc. So I feel like that's one of the strongest points that I look at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you compare with West, setting up in UAE is now not only the tax benefits. I'll talk more on how the cost of labor is. Now, to the cost of labor in Europe, US, or anywhere in the West is very much higher than in UAE. Mm-hmm. And being in UAE, you have got the quick access or easy access to Far East, whereas India, Pakistan, Philippines, Vietnam, and all the countries where you can set up your back office at a much lower cost than even in UAE. So being in UAE is a very strategical location which can help you not only to have access between East and West, but also to get much lower cost of labor.
Interesting. And would it be easy for entrepreneurs to connect in the UAE? You know, maybe we're nearly wanting to be the Silicon Valley of the Middle East. Maybe we'll just call ourselves. We'll make a new name. But do you see entrepreneurs meeting, connecting, forming partnerships? In your opinion?
Well, it's a lot. I mean, me personally, I get invitation at least twice a week to attend many networking events happening in UAE. Some of them are really good, where you can go and connect with who's who of UAE. Okay. There are certain ones which you get invitation on regular basis. There are certain ones organized by the media companies, certain ones are organized by the communities. So whichever part you come from, I'm 100% sure there is a Facebook community group. Mm-hmm. You join that group, or you join one of the community in LinkedIn, or many different social media, whichever you use, you will find the right people you can connect with and give a boost to your business.
Right. Helping you to find the right people is, of course, Decisive Zone. How can anyone watching here today get in touch with you, and where can they find you?
Well, we are at decisivezone.ae. Also, you can directly WhatsApp us at +971 5535 05535. That's our direct number.
Thank you once again, Mr. Golden Visa, Mr. Sahil from Decisive Zone, talking all things Visa Talks on the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Casey.
Cheers.
And tomorrow is none other than Pakistan Independence Day, and we are honoured to welcome His Excellency Ambassador of Pakistan, Faisal Niaz Tirmizi, who is the Pakistan envoy to the UAE, on the show to celebrate all things Pakistan. Thank you so much. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Cheers.